everyone. I am Divya, Assistant Professor in the Department of ECE, RKGIT. So today we are going to discuss the topic Introduction to CMOS Inverter. So before starting CMOS inverter, we need to know basic building blocks of CMOS. So starting with the MOSFET. What is MOSFET? MOSFET is a metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. It is a type of voltage control transistor. By applying an electrical voltage to its gate terminal, you can control the conductivity of its semiconductor channel. So MOSFET is a three-terminal device. The three terminals of MOSFETs are gate, drain and source. So gate is the control terminal. So basically, this is the structure of N-channel MOS, or it is also called as NMOS. Here you can see, this is the gate terminal, this is source terminal, and this is drain terminal. Drain terminal and source terminals are connected with the N-type, and it is P-type substrate. So N-channel MOS is on P-type substrate. Here you can see VDS voltage, which is drain to source voltage, and this is gate to source voltage, VGS. When we apply positive supply VDS to the N-type drain terminal, and drain terminal is attached with the N-type. And in N-type, what are the majority charge carriers? Majority charge carriers are electrons. So there is positive supply, and in N-type, majority charge carriers are electron. So it will attract. So electron will attract this side. So electrons, majority carriers in N-types are electrons. Electrons will attract with the positive supply of VDS, and the current will flow in this direction. And the current will be ID current. ID current will flow in this direction. So this is the basic structure of NMOS. Similarly, if we want to make P-channel MOS or PMOS, then the substrate will be N-type substrate and the channel will be P-type substrate, P-type channel. Now, how they work? So NMOS transistor structure built on a P-type substrate with N-type source and drain regions. PMOS transistor structure built on N-type substrate with P-type source and drain regions. So these are the symbol of NMOS transistor and PMOS transistor. This is the symbol of NMOS transistor. This is the symbol of PMOS transistor. So this is source terminal, gate terminal, drain terminal of NMOS, source terminal, gate terminal, drain terminal of PMOS. In NMOS transistor, NMOS relies on electrons for conduction and turns on with a high gate voltage. What it means? High gate voltage means logic 1 or high voltage. In PMOS transistor, PMOS relies on holes and turns on with the low gate voltage. Low gate voltage means zero value. Now with this idea, let's start with the CMOS inverter. So basic idea of CMOS inverter. CMOS stands for complementary metal oxide semiconductor. CMOS based logic gates use complementary pair of NMOS and PMOS transistor. NMOS and PMOS transistor we have already discussed. So when MOS transistors are used as logic gate, then they are used as switch. It is logic gate that takes a single input voltage and produces the exact opposite voltage level at its output. Yeah. So this is the circuit design of static CMOS. We have already discussed, this is the source terminal of PMOS. See, M1 transistor is NMOS, M2 is PMOS. This is the source terminal of PMOS. This is the gate terminal of PMOS and gate terminal of NMOS. This is the drain terminal of PMOS. This is the drain terminal of NMOS. And this is the source terminal of NMOS. So with this, we can see input is taken from both the gate voltages of NMOS and PMOS. And we have output at the drain terminal of both NMOS and PMOS. We have also capacitive load is also there for the discharge and charge of device. So as we discussed, this is the basic idea, basic circuit design of static CMOS. So CMOS is also useful for switching from 1 to 0 and 0 to 1. Here this is the pulse, input pulse and output pulse. Here 1 corresponds to VDD and 0 corresponds to V ground. When we apply input 0, see, when we apply input 0, logic 0, input 0 means low input, we will get high output or logic 1. What it means? When we apply input 0, then the NMOS will off and the PMOS will be on. When NMOS is off, it will behave like a open switch and PMOS will behave like a closed switch. So the on output we will get the VDD and the device will be charged like this. Capacitor will be charged up to VDD in case of low input. Similarly, in case of high input. When we apply logic 1 on input, we will get output 0. Inverter is simply means opposite output. If we apply input 1, we will get output 0. How? See, if we apply input 1, NMOS will be on and PMOS will be off in this case. PMOS off means switch is open here and switch will be closed in NMOS. So the capacitor will be discharged up to 0 volt. So the output will be 0 in case of input 1. So this is all about the working of CMOS inverter circuit. Now CMOS inverter as a switch. CMOS inverter as a switch. Look. Firstly look here. When Vin is 0, NMOS is off, PMOS is on. NMOS is off and PMOS is on. So capacitor will be charged in this circuit. When Vin is equals to VDD, NMOS is on, PMOS is off. So capacitor will be discharged. Now coming to the some assumption possibilities. So these are the possibilities or you can say these are the assumption to make VTC curve of CMOS inverter. Now look here. See, we have already discussed about the terminals of MOSFET. This is PMOS, this is NMOS. This is the source terminal of PMOS. This is the gate terminal of PMOS. This is the drain terminal of PMOS. Similarly, this is the source terminal of NMOS. This is the drain terminal of NMOS. and this is the gate terminal of NMOS. Here you can see VDSP. What does it mean? VDSP means drain to source voltage of PMOS. Drain to source voltage of PMOS. VGSP. VGSP means gate to source voltage of PMOS. Similarly, VDSN. N is for NMOS and VDS means drain to source voltage of NMOS. VGSN. N means NMOS and gate to source voltage of NMOS. So these are the voltages. Now VGSN. NMOS, gate to source voltage of NMOS. VGSN means VG minus VS. And what is VG here? VG is input voltage. So we can put V in place of VG. V in minus Vs. So what is the source voltage of NMOS? Source voltage of NMOS is grounded. So we can put 0 here. So Vg minus Vs is V in minus 0 N. So VGSN is equals to V in. Now VDSN. VDSN is this voltage. So VDSN means drain to source voltage of NMOS. Vd minus Vs. VDS means Vd minus Vs. So what is Vd here? Vd is nothing but the V0 drain voltage. And what is Vs here? Vs is ground. So V0 minus 0, it is V0. So VGSN is V in and VDSN is V0. Now similarly, VGSP. For PMOS transistor, we have VGSP and VDSP. So VGSP means Vg minus Vs of P. So what is Vg? Vg is input voltage. So we can put V in place of Vg. And what is Vs? Here Vs is not grounded. Here Vs is VDD. So we can put VDD in place of Vs. So V in minus VDD of P. Okay. Now VDSP, this voltage, drain to source voltage of PMOS. What is this? VDSP is VD minus Vs. VD is what? VD is output voltage V0. So we can put V out in place of VD. Minus Vs is VDD. Minus Vs is VDD. This is V0 minus VDD. This is V in minus VDD. Similarly, for NMOS, these are some possibilities. VGSN is smaller than VTN. VTN is threshold voltage. If VGSN is smaller than VTN, it will be in cutoff region. NMOS will be in cutoff region. If VGSN is greater than VTN, it will be in linear or saturation region. So how we can decide it will be in linear region or saturation region? If VGSN minus VTN is greater than VDSN, it will be in linear region. If VGSN minus VTN smaller than VDSN, it will be in saturation region. Now for PMOS. For PMOS, VGSP is greater than VTP, it will be in cutoff region. If VGSP is smaller than VTP, it will be in linear or saturation region. To decide will it be in linear region or saturation region? This is the assumption VGSP minus VTP is smaller than VDSP. If VGSP minus VTP is smaller than VDSP, it will be in linear region. If VGSP minus VTP is greater than VDSP, it will be in saturation region. Now this is the VTC voltage transfer characteristics of CMOS inverter. See, here on x-axis, input voltage is given on x-axis and output voltage is on y-axis. You can see, on x-axis input voltage, on y-axis it is output voltage. What input voltage and output voltage means? If we give input 0, if we give input 0 here, so we will get output 1. Output high if means if we give input low, we will get the output high. So in the first case, you can see if input voltage is 0, then the output will be high. So in this case, the first region. So BTC curve is divided into 5 regions. First region is when NMOS is off and PMOS is linear. We have already discussed it, right? If we give 0, if we give 0 here, if input is 0 or low, we will get the maximum output, logic 1 or maximum output. So, if input is 0, we will get the maximum output. And when input is 0, means NMOS will be in off region and PMOS will be on region. If input is 0, then NMOS will be in off region and PMOS will be in on region. And PMOS is in linear region. How? So, when PMOS is in linear region, what is the assumption? VGSP minus VTP is smaller than VDSP, then PMOS will be in linear region. Means VGSP is when we apply input 0, we will get maximum output. What it means, when input is 0, NMOS will be off. NMOS will be off. And PMOS will be in linear region according to the BTC curve. PMOS in linear region possibility is when VGSP minus VTP is smaller than VDSP. Then what is VGSP here? VGSP is nothing but the Vin minus VDD. So what is Vin? Vin is 0. Vin is 0, input is 0. So 0 minus VDD and VTP. So minus VDD minus VTP is smaller than VDSP. What is VDSP here? VDSP is V0 minus VDD. And what is VDD? V0. What is V0 here? In case of PMOS. In case of PMOS, what is VDD? VDD is output. VDD. V0 is VDD here. In case of PMOS, so VDD minus VDD. We can put VDD in place of V0. So VDD minus VDD is 0. So we can say here VGSP is minus VDD. Minus VTP is smaller than 0. Smaller than VDSP, smaller than 0. Negative is negative. Negative is smaller than 0. So PMOS will be in linear region. PMOS will be in linear region. Right? So according to when we apply input 0, we will get the maximum output. In that case, NMOS will be off. On 0 input, NMOS will be off and CMOS will be in linear region. We have also proved that. Similarly, like region 1, region 5, in region 5, when we apply input high, when we apply input 1, what we will get on output? Obviously 0. When we apply input 1 means NMOS is on and NMOS will be off. So, NMOS is on, NMOS in linear region and PMOS will be off, just opposite to region 1. Now region 2. In region 2, NMOS in saturation region and PMOS is linear. See, PMOS is still on. In region 2, we will apply voltage 0 only. ठीक है, मतलब not 0, slightly higher than 0. So we apply in region 2 slightly higher voltage than 0. So NMOS is trying to on. NMOS is trying to on and PMOS is still on. So in this region, NMOS will be in saturation region and PMOS will be in linear region. So the curve is like this. You can see similarly like region 2, region 4 is opposite to region 2. In region 4, NMOS is linear and PMOS is saturation. In region 2, NMOS is saturation and PMOS is linear. Okay, so we have discussed region 1, 2, 4 and 5. Now region 3 is left. In region 3, NMOS is in saturation region and PMOS is also in saturation region. Means both the transistors are on. In region 3, both the transistors will be in on state. So the device will be in saturation region, or you can say it is in unstable mode. So this is all about the VTC curve of CMOS transistors. CMOS inverter. Applications of CMOS. Now that was the basic idea of VTC curve of CMOS inverter. Now what are the applications of CMOS? CMOS inverters are fundamental building blocks in VLSI design. They play a crucial role in digital circuits, providing the necessary functions for various applications. So significant applications of CMOS inverters are logic gates, flip-flops and latches, memory cells and RAM, integrated circuit design and microprocessor, etc. Thank you. This is all about CMOS inverter and basic building blocks of CMOS inverter.